Okay, yeah, I've got my fucking XXL water. I'm ready
Barrel.
tea.
A barrel of water.
It's a fucking 2-pint cup.
Oh, I was there when you got that.
I've got one that lives next to my bed as well. A
Should I
thirsty
pee in the
girl.
night?
Yeah, literally. I'm such a pissy pants.
Just get something to
I've
consume.
got pee. Do you know every time I drink a pint and I'm just like every 2 seconds,
Yeah.
I gotta go.
I know.
I gotta go.
To be fair, that is something that I don't miss about drinking.
No.
Although I do miss drinking. The other day
mean,
I
is
was
it
like,
started?
yeah, the other day I was like, am I gonna do Christmas without alcohol? Surely not.
Oh God.
I don't think I've done Christmas without alcohol since I was like 10.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Do you have a Christmas film that you watch every Christmas?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, that's a banger. But we have School of Rock.
Of course you do. That feels like it tracks for you and your family, to be
Yeah,
honest.
but it's just because we were like, we are going to watch School of Rock again this Christmas. And I was like, I think it's because nearing Christmas, we watched loads of Christmassy things. And then on Christmas Day, I'm like, it's Christmassy even if you don't do anything Christmassy on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, what should we watch? And I was like, I love Nativity, but I just feel like it's just too much for me right now. Like, this too much. And we were like, what gives off Nativity vibes? And then
Without
we were like,
being Nativity.
oh my God, School of Rock is the
Rock,
exact
yeah.
same film, but it's like better and it's not Christmassy, but it gives off Christmas energy. And then, yeah, now it's like a little ritual thing. So
That's so cute.
yeah, School of Rock.
As used to be on Christmas Eve, we used to watch Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah, that's banging. Obviously,
That
we
is
watched that.
always-
Lauren is obsessed and she knows every word. So
Yeah.
we watched the Muppets regardless. There's some things that we watch regardless. I've never watched Elf.
Yeah, fair. I don't. I think Georgia loves Elf. I think Elf is like,
Some people love it, and
yeah,
other people.
that's all right. But me personally, being the spooky bitch that I am, Nightmare Before Christmas. Also,
Yeah.
it is my favorite film of all time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's just, I just love it so much. And I did love Tim Burton until I found out he was a piece of shit.
Yeah, life's hard.
But yeah, I do
They all
still
are.
have a fucking mad appreciation for
Yeah,
his films.
yeah. Honestly, incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Should we get on with this?
Yeah,
Let's
do
do
it.
it. Welcome back. Welcome to Kill the Mood podcast. We are here to talk to you about everything spooky dooky. There will be lots of true crime, but also just general mysteries. Some will be solved, some we will leave you hanging. We are just two girls putting the worlds to rights. But not really, we just like yapping, putting the worlds to
The
rights.
worlds to rights.
All the worlds to rights.
All the worlds. Every
we-
single one of them.
all of my worlds. Yeah, we mean no offense in anything we say. We, like a huge percentage of the world, find all of this unfathomable. And this is just us in our own little way trying to make sense of the senseless.
So can you do that without further ado then?
Yeah. Oh, I don't need to get the script for that. Jesus Christ. Yes, without further ado, this week's case is
Gary Ridgway.
Gary
Yes.
Ridgway.
AKA the Green River Killer.
This is an American one again.
It is an American one again. They've got
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the best serial killers, but they've got some of the bigger cases, haven't they?
Yeah.
We do definitely have some fucked ones like Dennis Nilsen and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm not ready to jump into I'm not really ready to dive into the world of two-parters. And I
Yeah.
think like a lot of them require
A lot
a
of
little bit
brainage,
more.
yeah. And to be honest, the only reason why we did that one last time was because I was writing it and I was like, I'm speeding up the end and there's still so much to. But some of them we know off the bat that it's going to be a two-parter. And
Yeah. Also, right now I'm in the midst of moving house, and there is just so much going on. So my ability to put information together is shit right now.
yeah, we are very scrambled. Sorry about that. We are very scrambled. Big timing. Yeah, we are very scrambled at the moment.
Yeah, we're
Well,
just
I'm not.
like trying
I
to
always am.
just about keep up.
Yeah. I haven't got anything going on. I'm just a mess.
Yeah.
But it's all going to be fine. I'm going to try and edit. So sorry if this is the worst thing you've ever heard in your life.
Yeah, and we've got a bit of an issue with the sound of my laptop because it's kicking off, and we're worried that my laptop is about to die, and she is the heart and soul of this podcast right
so
now.
we're setting up a GoFundMe.
Yeah, literally.
Buy us all of our new equipment that we need.
Yeah,
to
like
make us rich.
we currently share one mic because the two mics weren't working together.
We don't have the funds or the time to sort that out. So
Yeah. And now the sound of the fan is so intense in the background that I'm having to actually like equalize the sound. So sometimes we sound like robots. Sorry.
Yeah, and I'm just really hoping that I don't have to do that with this episode, because we have a little fun thing about me being really terrible with technology.
Like she touched laptops and they explode. But hence probably why mine's now dying.
Yeah, I have used some laptops and literally just the screen goes black after I touch them. And I always delete things that I'm not supposed to and end up in weird places. And when I tried to make the Facebook account for this,
oh my God, she got us suspended.
Suspended, and you were like, how?
She literally hadn't even made it and somehow got us suspended. But then you could see the page and like the icon was like misaligned. So the icon was like,
there's the top of the logo. It was so bad. Tanisha had to sort that as well. So yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Anyway, yeah, that's us. And we should probably stop waffling now. We should probably just get into it.
Yes.
So yeah, we're in the US. It is summer 1982. And we are in King County, Washington.
Cool.
On the 15th of July, 1982. Oh, we're getting straight into it. Sorry, guys. The nude body of Wendy Lee Cofield, 16 years old, was found in the Green River.
It's so wild at Wendy just being a young person.
Did you know that the guy that wrote Peter Pan made that name up?
Oh my gosh.
Didn't exist before Peter Pan. I only learnt that a couple weeks ago.
Wendy. Yeah, it's a bit of rogue. It feels, no offense because I do know Wendy and she's a little cutie, but it feels like when you just slam your hands on the keyboard, a word comes out.
That's actually so funny. I just took a little sip of my XXL water. It was a good spat it out. Literally almost took out my laptop for sure. Yeah. You're not wrong. Yeah, leave the girl alone. It's been 5 minutes and you're taking the piss out of her name.
So sorry, lovely.
Yeah. I think I didn't put it in my notes, but I think it was like found by a bunch of kids fucking about in the river. Found the body.
Honestly, my worst nightmare. That would probably stop them from fucking about so much.
Do you think that's your worst nightmare? Because sometimes, like when I'm like on the way to work and stuff, I just look out to like the woods as I'm driving past, and I think, what if I saw a body right now?
Would you be like hyped?
No, I'd be fucking freaked. I think.
Yeah, I'd be freaked. I honestly sometimes if I'm walking the dog in a place that's like, I wonder. So for example, you know that it's been you and only you for a while if you walk through like a cobweb. And
so something that brings you back to reality.
Or it must have been long enough time for spiders to make webs across this path.
Smart. Right, yeah, okay, get you.
So if I'm ever walking somewhere and there's like spider webs in my face, I'm like, oh my God, I've not been here. I'm the first person here in the morning, or no one's walked across this bit in ages. And I always literally will be like, what if I found a body right now? What would I do? And I literally think I'd lose my shit.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know what I'd do.
No, I don't. Me either. I don't know how I.
Obviously, I'd go and get away from it.
I just like have a panic attack. I'd probably call you.
Yeah. If you're gay, just have somebody's body. Get the mic down here. Got some footage.
You made a joke at work the other day. What was it? And it was like, you made a joke about murdering me, and then you went, it'd be great for the pod.
It'd be great for the pod, yeah. And anytime anyone says to me like, oh my God, did you see that thing on Cornwall Live? And I'll be like, what? Do I need to get the mic out? Is it good for the pod? And they'll be like, no, a car got swallowed by the concrete dump road. And I'll be like, oh, okay, boring. But
less interesting.
Yeah, I do think like just being on your casual morning stroll and then, or like just fucking about in the river.
Yeah, just with your mates and like finding a body.
Oh, no.
That was literally the first line of my notes. Anyway, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Wendy. So she was born April 17th, 1966. She grew up in quite a difficult environment and began to act out at a young age. I put this in because I cannot fucking fathom this. At 15, she began to date a 21-year-old who then also began to date her mom. Already 15 dating 21, bad vibes.
Yeah.
15 dating 21 and then starts dating your mum.
Yeah, I feel like this man does not have a type.
No, what? Or maybe he does.
Okay, maybe he does like...
Having a daughter?
Yeah.
How much closer does it get?
Yeah, that's so true, but also the age gap is... Yeah, okay, so it has this very specific type.
Yeah.
But doesn't mind the age.
Yeah, age, that's suggestive. But tight and weird. Just so weird.
It's really weird. And like the dynamic of that, do you think he just really liked coming round to the house? So when it didn't work out between two of them, he was like, What if I do
What
it to
if
your
I
mum?
just date your mom instead? I'm not gonna lie. By the sounds of what I was reading, and it was one of those like it's actually gross, but it was like one of those fan wiki pages.
Yeah.
And yeah, by the sounds of it, he was dating them at the same time. So
Oh.
it's not like one after the other.
Oh.
It's like he was dating them at the same time, and it caused like quite a lot of arguments
Oh
between them.
my God. Can you
Yeah.
seriously, like, I've had funny arguments with my mum in my time where I've been like, this is so petty of us. But
Yeah.
like arguing over the same man,
I cannot
comprehend. Fathom.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not just both be like, this is fucked?
This man needs to get in the bin.
Yeah, he needs to go.
Yeah.
The fact that both of them are interested in him enough to entertain the
And
fact
then
that
to
he's
argue
playing them
with each other
Yeah.
about
the
him.
fact that he is somehow letting them get at each other's throats over that.
Fucking madness. Also, this is really sad. Just before her disappearance, her mum actually put her in foster care because she said she couldn't handle her anymore.
Gosh,
I hope that was nothing to do with that man, but my guess is it was. Yeah, so unfortunately,
yeah, that is
she
not nice.
she goes into foster care. And I read something that said not only does she go into foster care, but the day that she actually disappears, she goes and sees her mum, and she says to her mum, "Oh, my foster parent said, yeah, it's no problem that was allowed to come and see you." But when they spoke to her foster carer, they were like, "No, I said she could go for a walk." So she just wanted to go and see her mum.
Oh,
she left her mum's house.
She
left her mum's house, never seen again.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. I bet her mum was so rude to her.
So when her body was discovered, she had been strangled with her own pants. And I think that means pants.
Oh, trousers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not
Still fucked
not
up.
knickers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the police didn't know it yet, but this would kick off a long and brutal investigation into the Green River Killer. So I'm just going to quickly and once tell you exactly what he did to them. Roughly what he did, because there's not a lot of detail into this. But basically, there are so many victims of the Green River Killer that there is very little detail about the specific crimes that he committed or what he did to these women. So Yorkshire Ripper, I could tell you what he stabbed each of them with.
Yeah.
But that is absolutely not the case. And to be honest, they found so many bodies in such quick succession. Also,
if you found a body in a river, it is a lot harder to determine these things, isn't
Yes.
it? Because of like how long they've been in there and stuff. Like that, you tamper with a lot of a lot of evidence, basically, from the body being in water for as long as it is. So if they're all coming up at the same time,
yes, yeah,
there's another one. It's definitely the same. Yeah,
they're basically found in droves because I think he has very traditional like dumping sites. So like he dumps them there for a while. So a lot of bodies are found together. So basically what he would do is he would prey on sex workers and runaways, basically because he was like, no one's going to report them missing and they're easier targets. And then the way he would do this is he would pose as a customer and he would pick them up in his trucks. I also saw this thing that said that in later years, he would use a picture of his son to lure the victims. So like he'd show them pictures of his son and start talking about his kid to make them feel comfortable with him because he was like telling them a little bit about himself.
Oh,
and like
what,
he was
being
a dad.
like, this is my son and I'm just going home
and
to
that would
see him or
create
whatever.
a level of comfort for these women. So then they were happier to like go
I'd be like,
with him.
ugh.
Yeah, I'd be like, don't show me your fucking kid.
I don't want to see your kid, you weirdo. Could work in the complete opposite way for us.
Turn off.
I'd be like, I don't like looking at pictures of your children.
Why are you just carrying that kid around?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then he killed, this says, primarily by manual strangulation, which means with his hands.
Yeah.
Which is fucking horrendous. I think that's a very intimate and brutal way to kill someone.
For sure, personal way.
And he didn't really like blood. Like, he avoided bloody scenes, so it was usually strangulation to avoid all of that, and he sometimes used ligatures.
Okay.
And then he dumped the bodies in remote areas, obviously, around the Green River.
Yeah.
He also sometimes liked to revisit the corpses.
Yeah.
And you can imagine what he did when he got there.
Don't even need to even question why.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go into it a little bit later, but we'll leave that for now because I don't need to ruin anyone's day any more than I already am. So, on August 15th, 1982, so this is literally like the month after the first body is found, a man fishing had seen what he thought was a mannequin. We all know that it's not.
Yeah. If ever it was just a mannequin.
Yeah, these stories would be bad.
Imagine if you just found a free mannequin just by the side of the river.
No, because did you watch Dharma where he does that?
No, I didn't watch it.
Did you ever watch it?
I think it's just because I love Evan Peters. And I was like, am I just going to be like, oh no, love you?
It freaks you out. Yeah, well, we talked about this before, but Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler. As soon as I watched that, I thought he was like the fittest guy on earth. And then as soon as I watched that, I was like, my skin.
It makes you hate them. This is like Olivia Colman in Fleabag.
Yeah.
It shows that she's the best actor in the whole entire
so
world.
Good, but they're awful
because
people.
you hate her. And I was like, I didn't think there was anything you could do that made me hate you. And then I watched her in that and I was like, you are the worst piece of shit ever.
Bitch.
Yeah. It's great acting.
So yeah, a man fishing sees a mannequin. And then he quickly realizes that there's actually not one, but there's two of them. And they're not mannequins, they're bodies.
Dun, dun, dun.
When police arrived, they discovered one more body.
Oh, filth. That is absolute carnage, isn't it? The fact that he's so brazenly just being like, oh, no one's found that one, so I'll just fling another one
just
onto
literally
the pile.
throwing them in. And I was watching this, I've watched like loads of interviews and stuff, and I watched Chasing Killers episode on the Green River Killer as well, which was really cool about the detectives. And there's 3 detectives who I think I mentioned later, 3 detectives in this documentary like episode. And they're so fucking passionate about this case. And like all of them break down multiple times during this.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking when one person finds one body and is trying to find the person that's done it. But if they're coming out of your ears, it must just be trauma after trauma. And then you're just trying to like cope with all of that, and like then that's every time you find another body, that's another whole family of worlds of people that need to be informed,
and you go through the process again.
Start again. No wonder, like, to find that many at that, you shouldn't even have to find one in your lifetime.
So these were the bodies of Marsha Faye Chapman, 31, Cynthia Jean Hines, 17, and Opal Charmaine Mills, 16.
Charmaine Mills, that's so fun.
Although it does make me think of the Charmaine song.
Yeah.
That girl's 15. That one.
Yeah.
Open my eyes, I love you. Oh my God, it's literally all coming back to me. Anyway, who's that? Plan B?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So at this point, they realised that they had a serial killer on their hands, and they didn't have a lot of information. There wasn't a lot of evidence, but they had 4 bodies at this point, and we're talking about a month later when they found the first body.
Yeah, so they're like, this isn't just a random act.
This man is on a rampage.
Yeah, and if you're finding 3 in one go.
Yeah, and if you'd found them buried, there'd be an assumption that maybe it was quite far apart. But just thrown in the river, and they're all at the same fucking. The assumption is that will happen.
One after the other, just being like, oh, I'll dump it in the same place because no one's found. It's so demeaning.
Yeah, literally. So I just did what you do. And literally, move on.
Yeah, so sad. Anyway.
So literally the next day, on the 16th of August, they created a dedicated Green River Task Force. And this was led by Detective Dave Reichart, I think. And he was one of the guys in the documentary.
Okay.
Super passionate. Yeah. And kept describing the girls as like little girl, like somebody's daughter.
Yeah.
Like somebody, like, I think when we did Yorkshire Ripper, like, it was so abundantly clear that they just didn't fucking care to begin with about who these women were. This didn't seem like the case in the Green River. Like, as soon as they started, it was like, these are human beings, and he is killing them.
These people have families. These people.
But then I guess also at the same time, they did find basically 4 bodies in quick succession. Unlike, I'm not saying what the Yorkshire Ripper guys did was right, but they found 1 body at a time, didn't they? Whereas these guys found literally 4.
And I feel like for a while they kept justifying it in their own way, like, it was not in a valid way, but in like their own way. They'd be, oh, it must have been because of this, or it could have been like and then it was only when it'd been across a period of time, and then you've got 4 bodies, and then it's someone in a slightly more wealthy area that then it's, oh, let's pay attention. Whereas this is, oh no, there's 4
Yeah.
within a month.
Yeah, there's no
Found them all
denying
at the
that.
same time. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not heartbreaking one time. This is heartbreaking 4 to 5.
Yeah. And then, so basically, it was quickly established after this that he was primarily going after sex workers or young, vulnerable women. So
Okay.
it basically anyone he felt that he could get his hands on and people would notice.
Yeah, people
or had
walking
ease of
around
access.
late at night
Yeah.
in the dark on their own.
Exactly.
Did you ever watch that thing called The Runaway?
No.
It was on, I think it was probably like a BBC thing, but it was on, I remember my mum was watching it when I was a kid, and there was this scene where it was just about someone that runs away, and it was like a drama. There's a scene where they, instead of crossing a busy road, they crawl in like when they put like a concrete thing underneath a big, like for animals to be able to get underneath. They're crawling through it, and then it starts pissing it down with rain, and the thing starts filling up with water. And I remember watching that. I don't know if I'd snuck out of bed. I can't remember where I was or anything.
How you'd seen that.
But I remember watching it and it being absolutely harrowing. Like,
Yeah.
I still think about it to this day, like that scene of it. I don't know but I was just, no one ever knows what I was talking about. I think it must have just been like a 4-part, like, pointless thing.
No, I
back
don't
in the
think I've
day.
ever seen it.
But it was horrible. Like, it was filling up with water and this person was like stuck in the tube. Oh, it's so horrible. I could not watch it anymore. It was horrible. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I brought it up.
Yeah. She's shaking. She's fucking shaking.
Yeah, it was horrible.
So basically, because it was determined that he was mostly going after sex workers, there was like significant public backlash and protests started. So the community felt that the police weren't doing enough because they were sex workers and that they hadn't acted fast enough. But there was, in the documentary, there was also this woman, this detective called Faye Brooks, who was actually like assigned to the task force, and she worked in sex crimes.
Okay.
And like that was something that they used to do, bring people from other departments to like work on the task force.
Yeah.
And she like took particular offense to this because she was like, we took it seriously from day dot. Like she actually knew some of the victims. She'd spoken to them.
Yeah.
Because I think it was Marsha Faye Chapman actually, specifically, that they mentioned that she knew because she'd worked in sex crimes. Marsha Faye had made a claim against somebody.
Yeah. Because that is, even in just a safeguarding perspective, if people are sex workers or people are single women with not a lot of support and something's happened to them, from a safeguarding perspective, like it is likely that she's had to deal with young vulnerable women before that have gone through something that.
And if you work in sex crimes, of course you're going to come across sex workers because that is what people do. They go after the vulnerable.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Some of the most vulnerable people are sex workers because they're out there dealing with lots of people.
Yeah.
Some of which are
some of which have very horrifying opinions of what they want to do with someone instead of it just being the fucking task
and what
at
they're
hand.
fucking allowed to do.
Yeah, for sure. It's very likely that she would have known.
But then the hypocrisy of this fucking man is absolutely unreal. We'll talk about it in a bit, but prick. Okay, so I don't know, I wasn't there. I can't tell you, but from the documentary, there was also another man called John something who they were so passionate about this case, about finding who was doing this to these women and putting an end to it. I'm not saying that their methods weren't flawed and that they didn't miss stuff. It's just, it didn't feel like with the Yorkshire Ripper one, they weren't blaming these women for the choices they'd made. They were like, no, we just need to do something about this person. So police obviously went to the public, as they always do in times of need, as they are finding all these bodies. And in comes a cab driver called Malvin Foster. He calls up the task force and he basically says, this man, I think his name was literally fucking Dave Smith. I was like, bullshit.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, he's not real, is it? Yeah.
Dorothy Siner.
She's back. Actually, he's back.
He's back.
Yeah, so he says, I think it's this man. You should look at him. He's dodgy. And they're like, okay, we'll take the tip.
Yeah.
So they look into Dave Smith or Dan Smith, whatever his name was. They look into him and they're like, no, it's not him. That doesn't fit. But they recognize that the FBI had said to them, like, this man might try and interject within the case.
I see. We have another one of
So
those.
let's have a little look-see at Melvin Foster, shall we?
Yeah.
So they bring him in and they're like chatting to him and stuff. And they've learned some weird stuff about him, like that he lives in one place, like somewhere far away. And he commutes into Washington to like work as a cab driver, even though he could work where he is, but he's going all that way.
Which
and they're like,
feels...
that's a bit dodge.
Yeah, why are you suspiciously close to the...
Yeah, like,
but for no valid reason
and
as
he's
well.
always round the strip. They always call it the strip, don't they?
Yeah.
Like where these women work, or like the red light district.
Yeah, like
or
he
whatever.
particularly needs to be a cab driver in that area for some reason.
Yeah. So it's quite sus. And he's like working around there. And he comes in and he basically says, no, I don't know any of the victims, blah, 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 blah. But basically they find out that he's got some warrants out for his arrest on like DUIs and stuff. So just...
Why did you fucking ring in, Melvin?
Yeah, Melvin seems like a fucking
you've
idiot.
Literally, you weren't even involved. It's like, you're just ringing in and being like, it's Dave Smith. Just shut up.
Do you not think, I hate to be sexist, but I'm going to be. Do you not think it's such an inherently male thing to do?
Yeah, honestly, when the one that I'm doing for next week, there is an exact situation of this. And it is a man being like, I just wanted to give you some advice. This is such a massive spoiler. And then spoiler. He's involved. He's doing something sus. Like, just fuck off.
Yeah,
dude.
it is mad, isn't it? And I don't know why they do it. Joanna Dennehy, she never hid. She like was just like, I just want to get fucking, don't care, I want to go on a spree, blah, blah. But she wasn't fucking ringing them, being like, get me involved.
Yeah, I like to be involved, but I want to point you in the other direction so that I can laugh in your face when you arrest the wrong person. No, just stay out of the picture and you might never get found.
Yeah.
Don't interject yourself because then you're on someone's radar. Maybe it's just they like to tempt fate, and it's...
I think it's genuinely usually is because they think that they're smarter. So they think they're going to outsmart this
and
whole...
they maybe get a thrill out of sending people in the wrong direction.
It's me.
Or, it's them on a wheelchair going through. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, just shut the fuck up, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Go to bed, shut the fuck up.
You would have just gotten away with it if it wasn't for yourself.
So he says, no, I don't know any of them. But they're like, listen, babe, we know that you've got some warrants out for your arrest, so we're keeping you overnight.
Yep.
And he's, shucks, they've got me. What am I going to do now? Anyway, after he's in there overnight, they bring him back in the morning. They say, what about now, bud? You know them now? And he says, yeah, some, if not all, have been in my cab. And you're like, oh, okay, that's not great, is it? And then he also did a polygraph, which he failed. And it was about whether, the questions was around whether he knew who the Green River Killer was and whether he was involved. And he failed that polygraph. However, they just didn't have enough evidence.
Yeah.
So
it just seems like someone that just wants to get involved.
Yeah.
Hence why he's going over to built up areas. He's probably got,
I think,
some sort of thrill out of picking up sex
or my
workers.
guess is, he is.
And then as soon as all of this has happened, he's, more fame for myself.
It's the fucking
more
coughing
clout.
guy all over again, isn't it?
Yeah, the sweating, coughing
guy. Yeah, so he's let out. And then when he's let out, they're like, okay, we're letting him out, but we're not just going to let him start fucking killing, because if it is him.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're going to watch it.
Yeah, surveillance.
We're just going to watch him. No problem. Do
Key.
you know what he does? He runs to the press. He says, look at me. Interview me. I want to be big.
Guys, I've just been arrested.
Yeah. And then I watched
murder.
I watched this one. I'm sorry. I don't know if this man's dead or alive, but I hate him.
Yeah, I hate him.
I hate him. I watched this one interview that he does, and he literally is, somebody says to him, did you kill those women? And he goes, I wish I did. And then he goes, I wish I knew who did. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Do you know what you're doing? You're wasting fucking time.
Honestly.
Honestly.
And he's there harassing me, basically. And you're like, no,
it's such a nasty thing to try and get clout from. Like, it's such a nasty thing to mess with the order that needs to be taken to find what's happened. Like, you're just getting in the fucking way. You're wasting time just for attention. Fuck off, Melvin.
So yeah, they eventually give up on surveillance of him. But they're like, okay, we're just going to put him on the back burner. We're not going to forget about him entirely, but that is going to have to be that for now.
Yes.
And they actually discover that during the time that they were watching him, a number of the bodies that have now been found went missing at that time, so it couldn't have been him.
Okay.
So basically, it wasn't him. He's just a fucking curtain twitching nosy neighbour, wants to get involved. So at this point, they have found 13 bodies
Oh my
in a
God.
year and a half.
Jeez.
So this man is on a fucking
How big is this
spree.
lake?
They're not all the Green River. Sometimes they're not all found like in the Green River.
Yeah, they're
They
just
are
found around the
found
area.
around.
So they can't survey.
No,
an
it's not
area
just like
because-
one portion of the river where they keep like coming up.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're found in the river. Sometimes they're found in surrounding area. Yeah.
It's just like a big open space where you can.
Yeah, basically. And
Well,
I
you
think
can't
like
watch
the
all of
river's
it.
like miles long.
Yes. Okay. Fair. I'm picturing quite a big river.
Yeah. So on March 21st, 1984, this is literally out of a film. A dog brings home a bone to his owner,
Oh no.
which turns out to be a human remains. So the owner is call the fucking police. Call the fucking police.
Because it's like I'm picturing like cartoon long.
Yeah, like a fucking arm.
Oh.
Yeah. So literally, dog goes out the back garden, is off
Yeah.
like a load of woodland or like field,
Yeah.
and then comes back and he's
With
got
a
a fucking
load.
human arm in his hand or whatever. They trace back where the dog had been and they find the body. And then while securing the scene, they find another body.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then basically this kicks off a discovery of numerous victims that year. So in 1984, they found fucking loads of
Oh
them.
my God. This is so.
I don't
horrifying.
even have a number.
Oh, this is
By the way.
horrifying.
It's so insane. Like, it's the most. This is why there isn't much detail about each of the crimes, because they're just like fucking constant, absolutely constant. And because what he's doing is strangling them, there's not. I don't know where I saw it, but I saw something that said basically he solicits sex off them or like sexual act. And then while they're in the midst of the sexual act, so distracted, he'll distract
the body.
Yeah, so
and
sometimes
moves on.
he'll be like behind them, and while he's behind them,
Yeah.
he'll strangle them.
Disrespect, but it's also the reason why you don't go, like, we can't, because obviously there's so many, but the reason why you can't go into all the victims is because, I don't want to sound fucked up, but there's not development.
No,
It's not like one was a practice and one's a trial, and then there was
Yeah.
a goal at hand, or there was something that it wanted to. It's this person just enjoys just ending life and just kicking them out the fucking
Yeah,
car.
I'm giving you some people's names, but there's bodies found in between these. This
Yeah.
is not even every body that they found, because they basically, it's not well recorded because they were finding so fucking many of them.
Yeah.
Even the
But it's like-
newspapers weren't reporting like they found
Yeah.
3 today, 4 last.
It's such a difficult one as well, because it's not then you are like, let's find out who this victim's family members are and what close relations they had, and if they had something dramatic going on like an ex or something. We have no links, we have nothing. We just
No.
have one person that is just murdering at mass speed, and you can't look into different people's backgrounds really, because it's not going to get them anywhere, because it's not, he's just going and finding a sex worker and just killing them no matter what.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
It is. And he gets quite, not smart, but he starts being like, oh, I'm going to start moving them further away, because obviously they're calling me the Green River Killer. They're getting.
Yeah, and I
what I'm
guess if you're
doing.
dumping like 4 fucking whole ass
Yeah.
bodies in one area, you're going to be like, they'll find them at some point. So now I move somewhere else, because they'll never understand how far I've gone each time from where I am located.
Yeah. So the remains of Mary Bridget Meehan, who was 18, went missing. She went missing in 1982, and she was found in 1983. But she was
so
far from where she went missing.
This is just not even that long ago. This
No.
is so baffling that
Yeah.
this is.
Yeah, that's terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so terrifying. That what are we on now? Like in the 20s?
Yeah, to be honest, at
What
this
do you
point
think
in
more?
1984, I think we're probably, I think we're in the 20s. I reckon we're in the mid-20s at this point.
Good God.
The task force, they basically just didn't have the technology to do anything. They didn't have the evidence. They had like semen samples and stuff, but nothing to compare it against.
Yeah.
And
Also, if it's in a woodland area, you aren't finding. Usually, you can go through CCTV and find people's last movements. Like you, in the wilderness, you are not finding anything.
You've got nothing. And it's so difficult to keep track of like how many people he's actually taking. basically they do this campaign called Someone Out There Knows Something. And I think it's like a TV campaign they went on there.
Yeah.
Someone.
Crime Watch.
You'll know. So, yeah, basically.
Washington.
And they offer $100,000 reward.
$100,000.
Yeah. But this leads them to a lady called Rebecca. So
just Rebecca.
You don't know her name.
Becky.
No, Becky with the good hair. No. Yeah, I
Sorry.
think that's like a pseudonym. I don't think she wants to be.
Yeah,
I think
that would make.
I'm assuming
sense,
because
to be
all
fair.
I found was Rebecca.
Yes, if she's going to be a survivor or victim potentially, then that would track.
So in 1984, when this happens, somebody knows something happens, she comes forward and she says that she was assaulted 2 years before in 1982. She said she'd been picked up by John and he showed her an ID from Kenworth Trucking. I'm assuming it didn't have his name on it, but it was just like, well, what was an ID actually? Yeah. But maybe she just didn't remember the name. I don't know. Maybe she didn't pay attention to the name. So he showed her his ID from Kenworth Trucking. She agreed to go with him and they went to somewhere secluded. They began to get down to business and he became violent and tried to strangle her. She managed to get away. But when she came forward with this story, police were like, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to look through records of men who were repeat offenders in terms of being caught with sex workers around that time and in that area. So they're like, we'll do that. And they do it and they realise that there's only one man on file who puts his employer as Kenworth Trucking.
Wow, okay.
They created a photo lineup and added this person, so from Kenworth Trucking, to it.
Yeah.
And then they do it and she picks him out. And it was Gary Ridgway. So something else that emerges in this time is that Ridgway had also been reported to be with Kelly K. McGinnis, who was 18. So he was pulled over and she was in his car.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But by this time, when they're doing this in 1984, Kelly K. McGinnis is missing. She's a missing person. Wow, so what they're saying is they've got a note here that says he was pulled over with her and she is now one of the missing girls.
Yeah, so it's very likely that they will find her body.
Yes. So that further links him to another victim that potentially, because Rebecca's coming forward saying, I don't know if this was the Green River Killer, I'm just telling you what happened to me. And then they're saying...
So was he not interviewed for this before about her?
I think not about Kelly K. McGinnis, because I think that was just like John that was with her.
Yeah. But also difficult because she is 18, so I guess like with missing persons, it's like she may well have just gone away.
I'm not even sure that is something that would have come up in their investigation when they were like, all they knew is that she's missing. But now they're putting the dots together saying this man was reported to be with her.
Yeah.
She's now missing. And this woman is saying this man assaulted her.
Yeah.
I also saw something that said that his name, I reckon this is something to do with certain places not speaking to each other as well, because I'm not really sure how they missed this. Basically, his name had actually come up once before.
Fuck.
So,
that's quite a lot, I feel.
Yeah.
One too many times.
Mary Malvar, who was 18, went missing. The day that she went missing, her boyfriend had seen her on a stretch of highway getting into a truck. And he, whether jealous or suspicious, I don't know, was just like, what the fuck is going on there?
Yeah, I would be.
So like, I'm going to follow that fucking truck.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow that truck. So he tries to follow the truck, but he loses it. You're like, okay, he loses the truck. But a few days later, so 4 days later, he calls the police to say he's found the truck.
Yes.
And it is parked outside Gary Ridgway's house.
Oh my God.
And so the police bring him in and question him, but he says, no, nothing to do with that. So that's
it.
They're
just like, okay.
That's it. Yeah. Jesus. That's all I could find about that. So they just don't.
Well, people commit more crime. You can just get away with it
It's
this
fucking
easily.
mad, isn't it? So police arrest Ridgway and they take a saliva sample.
Yep.
However, it's the 1980s.
Yeah.
Forensic technology is not great.
No.
So they cannot basically convincingly connect his saliva sample to the semen samples.
Okay.
So they say you know what we're going to do is that's fucking sucks. That absolutely fucking sucks. But what we're going to do is we're going to freeze it.
Yeah.
We're going to freeze it. We're going to keep it. And hopefully at some point
In the
that's
future,
going to work for us.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if it is going to go cold, they're like, we need to preserve literally anything we can because we've got to keep it.
Yeah. By 1990, after years of exhausting leads, the task force is disbanded. The city decided to stop spending money on it.
Oh.
They're not getting any closer to catching him. I think he's calmed down at this point, so they're not finding as many bodies as they had been.
Yeah.
I think between 1982 and 1984 was his most active period.
You wouldn't leave the house, would you?
And then
there's that many bodies all the time, and then no one finds out who it is, and then the force
also,
just
I'm
gets
like,
disabled.
the city just decides to stop spending money after he's killed something in double figures.
Yeah, I would never leave the house.
No.
I'd be like, I don't feel safe out there. The police have basically told me, we're just going to stop. Because
can't be
he
asked.
seems to have chilled a bit.
He's actually like pretty cool now.
Yeah.
He's stopped murdering so much. He just does it like once every couple of weeks.
Yeah, we can justify once every couple of weeks instead of for every 2-3 days.
Yeah. So I also wrote, fun fact, Ted Bundy, little piece of shit, he crawls out of his hole and decides to get involved in this and starts talking about the Green River Killer's going to be like this and you're going to find him and this is what he's going to look and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he was right about
like he's a fucking tarot reader.
Yeah, I think like he thinks that he basically is like a forensic psychologist now because he's a killer. And he was right about some things, I believe, to do with him. But it's just, I guess if you're a piece of shit...
No one wants your opinion, you dickhead.
You're a piece of shit. You can get into the mind of a piece of shit. Apparently, Ted Bundy had beef with the Green River Killer as well. I don't know. I wasn't interested in looking into it, but like, yeah. Anyway, so Ted
funny.
Bundy
It's probably a dick measuring competition as well.
100%. Also, I hate to say it, Green River Killer did kill far more than Bundy.
Exactly. So that's probably why I'm more famous than you, even though you killed me. Oh my God, get a grip.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what it is.
Something.
So, So it isn't until 2001 that DNA technology would be sophisticated enough to officially match the killer to the murders.
Wild. You love a comeback, you.
I do.
I
do, don't I?
You love a later solved.
Yeah, I don't. I'd like it to be solved.
No, of course, but you gravitate.
I do gravitate. The old saliva from the 80s is retested and gives a definitive match to semen found on 4 victims, including Marsha Faye Chapman and Cynthia Jean Hines.
Wow. Thank fuck for DNA. Do you know
what would they do?
Like, thank fuck for forensic science. And
I don't think.
Thank fuck for preserving.
Obviously, we'll
DNA.
do it at some point. But do you remember the Golden State Killer?
Yes.
Only found like in the last 10 years.
Yes.
And was operating in the 70s.
Yeah, it's so.
And only found, I think, maybe through genealogy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they're going to solve a lot of fucking murders through genealogy.
So crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like things that people just probably. This is why you should just never give up.
Yeah, 100%. It is fucking sad though, like that it takes that long. I think the lead detective that was like in this, literally, so he like in 1997, he becomes the sheriff, King County, the guy who led this investigation. And when it was disbanded in 1990, he was like, big fucking, I just didn't want to leave. I just couldn't do it. And he was like, and then in 1997, I got made sheriff. And he was like, and then I was like, we're fucking testing that DNA.
Oh, yeah. It's so sad though, isn't it? Like, just.
Yeah. Like, horrible.
You lose so much sleep just thinking about it. I can't. It's so sad. Okay, but now we're on a slightly
better note because we've got him, little fucker.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for you all to hear what a fucking snot-nosed fucking weasel this man is.
Oh, weasel boy.
Absolute weasel. And he does look like one. Google him. So on the 30th of November 2001, it's confirmed the killer is Gary Leon Ridgway.
Yes.
52 at the time of his capture.
At the time.
Known as the Green River Killer or Strangler. Hate that. So let's get into this fucking guy. So he was born 8th of Feb 1949 in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Salt Lake City.
When I was writing this, all I could think about was like I was getting flashes to. Did you ever watch the Mary Kate and Ashley films?
Yeah, Holiday in the Sun.
Is that what it's called?
One of them was called Holiday in the Sun, and one of them was...
And I've got this, the only bit of the film I can literally fucking remember is them all sat in a jacuzzi. There's a bunch of them in a jacuzzi, but it's like cold outside.
So that's the cold one. So
that's the cold one. It's
so
not
there's one where they're...
No, Holiday in the Sun, I know what one that is.
What's the other one called? Because I used to have a DVD that was like both of them.
What are you doing?
You're just so bad at phones. Phil.
Okay.
Lips are sealed. These ones.
Winning London! Oh my god, I loved that film so
Getting
much.
There. That's it. So I had Getting There and Holiday in the Sun like as a double DVD thing.
What's Beastly on there? Yeah, so yeah. That's it.
Yes. And they turn 16, it's their sweet 16, and then they get them like a little cut. Why have I added that to my watch list? And then they head to Utah for the Olympics.
That is literally all I could think about when I was writing that bit about...
The bit that I can remember so well of Holiday in the Sun is the bit where she's like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And then the other one's like, I literally don't even know what that means. And she's like, it means that you can't have it and then eat it too. And they just have this like whole conversation about it. And then they're like, it's like you can't make your bed without laying in it or something. And she's like, what does that even mean? And like, it was such a fucking annoying bit.
They were like, Mary-Kate and Ashley films were like brain rot before brain rot existed. Yeah, anyway, literally love it. Sorry, such a tangent. Okay, so yeah, he was born in Salt Lake City, Utah. His father, Thomas, was a bus driver and described as a rather timid man. His mother, Mary, however, was described by Ridgway himself as an imposing and domineering head of the family.
Oh my God, that's why the fucking dad's timid.
Yeah, and then I wrote early red flags. So,
here we go.
His mother reportedly physically abused him. It is believed he hated her, but was also sexually attracted to her from a young age.
Who's reporting this?
Yeah, he is reporting, I think. He often had fantasies about killing her.
Oh, God.
I also read somewhere that when he wet the bed, she would wash his genitals.
Oh!
But even into his early teens.
Oh!
Yeah.
This is a Levi Belfield.
Weird. Oh my God, it is.
Belfield? Yeah.
Yeah. Was it that he slept in his mum's bed still?
Yes.
Yeah. And she bought his clothes because I write that later, I think. Yeah. Then, listen to this absolute fuckery. At age 16, he lured and stabbed a 6-year-old boy in the liver who survived the attack. And Ridgway never caught for that.
He stabbed a 6-year-old? What are you...
Lured him into the woods, stabbed him.
Oh my God, that is horrifying.
And apparently the 6-year-old boy said, yeah, he just walked away laughing.
Oh, little queen.
Fucking horrendous, isn't it?
Horrendous.
He would go on to be married 3 times throughout his life. All his wives said that he had an insatiable sexual appetite, demanding sex multiple times a day.
Oh my fucking God. Who's got the fucking time?
Yeah, I know. Fucking get a job. Often demanding sex in public places, some of which they would find out later were where he committed the murders.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Disgusting man.
I'm not being funny, but if my husband, I was married to someone and they were trying to bang me outside 3 times a day, I would be like, the fuck is that?
How do you even get me down the aisle? That's what I want to know. Because I'm not buying into that. That's far too much.
I just don't, unless there's, I just can't. Unless there's nowhere you can go that's indoors. But if you're married, you assume that you live together, which means there is a place, a time and a place.
He's saying...
it's fair enough saying, oh, this one time at quite a young age we were frisky and we maybe did this or that, like outside or whatever.
Or we got in the car and we just were like, let's go.
Yeah, I feel like then there's a massive difference between it being like, yeah, he demands sex 3 times a day and often it's outside.
Imagine me inside doing the washing, you coming to me and saying, let's go outside and have... No. And then you coming to me more than once in that day and saying...
I just... What?
No. That's my answer. Ridgway had a son with his second wife, Marsha, and she reported that Ridgway's mother was an issue in their marriage as she controlled their finances and even purchased his clothes. Fucking Belfield.
Even though he's married with a kid.
It's also said that he is extremely religious. Yeah. That is basically... So then he confessed that he targeted sex workers and runaways because they were easy to pick up and he hated them the most. So he basically was like, oh, I hated that there were like sex workers around. And like I read something that said that his dad also was like, because he was a bus driver, used to moan about sex workers on his route. And I was like, what route is he taking? Anyway, 1,
Also, it's keeping you in a job, no? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'd be worried about the drunk men that get
Yeah.
on the bus. Don't be worried about
Why are you
people just
beating
trying to make a
them?
living. Get lost. Also, the cheek of being like, oh, it's because I hated them the most, but I'm religious, so what? It's fine. Kill my
Basically,
neighbour.
in one of the very short clips I watched of him, he literally goes to the police when he's admitted to it, because he's just, yeah, I fucking did it all. When he's admitting to it, he goes, I thought I was doing you guys a favour.
Well, ridding the world of
Yeah.
whatever. Oh, honestly.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. So, as I said earlier, he strangled his victims, usually by hand, and then dumped them in wooded areas. He later confessed to returning to the bodies to perform acts of necrophilia, as we said earlier. A habit he later tried to curb by burying them.
Oh.
Yeah. So he was like,
So
I
he-
can't stop myself. Let me bury them instead. And he also said that he would do this so that he wouldn't have to kill another one so soon.
Oh my god. So out of my control that basically I kill them, dump them, then I go back, have sex with them, and then I go back and bury them.
Yeah.
But don't worry, it's just so that there was less victims than 40.
Yeah. Also, in the documentary, I noted that at this point, when he's captured and stuff, they talk about the moment where basically the John guy, whose name I've forgotten, the task force disbands.
Yes.
He is the only person that stays on the Green River case.
Okay.
So he said, like, over the years, he goes and advises on other cases, but this is his sole purpose.
Yeah.
He refuses to leave it alone. So he stays on the Green River case, but obviously everybody else, so Faye and Dave, have gone off
they
to do
need
other things.
Yeah.
And he just keeps going. And then obviously they get the DNA retested, and he brings both of them into a room together to tell them.
Oh.
And like he says, I've got the envelope here
Let's
with his
open it
name.
together.
And then Dave says, it's Ridgway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
They knew
he
it
was
was him.
slimy piece of shit.
Quite controversially, Ridgway was actually offered a plea bargain. So he actually completely avoided the death penalty. And it was in exchange for him leading authorities to other victims. So they knew that he had a lot of
Yeah.
victims and they wanted to find their bodies. So they took death penalty off the table.
Yep.
So that they
Because
could.
he can get more information over
So,
time.
and he
Yeah.
was more than happy to comply.
Yeah.
So basically.
Did he want the death penalty?
No, too self-absorbed for that. Not
Yeah.
interested in dying. He was more than happy to take the plea and give them the bodies.
Good.
So basically, it brought closure to a lot of families, and it actually led them to Pammy Annette Event, 15, and April Dawn Buttram, who was 16. They were just among a few of the women that were found because they made the deal.
Yes, okay.
So Ridgway was sentenced to 48 consecutive life sentences without parole.
Good.
And actually,
Might get out, I think.
see him soon. And then he also got an additional 480 years for tampering with evidence. What's the point?
Just in case he
Yeah,
makes
just in
it that
case.
long. Honestly, though, to just slam that on someone, to just be like, not only was there no fucking chance, but this is how little chance that you would have. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
if you lived 4 times to 100, you still ain't getting out of here. Yeah.
So he has 48 confirmed. Actually, it's 49, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. Murders. But it is actually claimed that he has killed up to 71. Oh my God. And it's the highest number ever confessed to in American serial killer history.
Wow.
So basically, in 2023, they identified another set of remains that were attributed to him, and that was Laurie Ann Raspinick, and she was 15. But they're still going with identification. There are some that could be attributed to him that have still not been identified. And then, so the last confirmed, so the 49th victim that is attributed to him and he has been tried for, was on 21st of December 2010. Hikers in Washington found a skull in the vicinity of where Marie Malvar's remains were found in 2003. So where her remains were found, they found a skull in 2010.
Yes.
And they identifies it as belonging to Marrero, which I'll say her name in a minute. And basically, he was formally charged, and in February 2011 he entered a guilty plea, and it was added.
Oh my
and
gosh.
she is the 49th victim.
Have we heard anything from him, like remorse?
I don't think so.
But he's just happy to.
Yeah, I think.
I wouldn't even slightly consider forgiving that prick, but I'm curious as to if he's been one of those people that are like, prison has made me want to confess these crimes and apologize and ask for forgiveness. No,
Nope.
he just likes the clout.
Yeah, I mean, that all the things that I've seen of him is that basically, yeah, he
Loves the sound of his own voice.
Yeah, and also the fucking hypocrisy of saying, I thought I was helping you guys out, but you sex workers.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
not
so-
just you're not just saying they're a scourge and you're not luring them
Yeah.
and then killing them.
You still got something you wanted from them.
Yeah. He'd been repeatedly caught with sex workers.
Yeah.
Or using them. You were using them for a service.
Yeah.
It like absolute piece of shit. And then
Yeah.
to claim that you're religious as well. Get fucked.
No one needs to know about your fucking religious backgrounds and how you think you're helping us. This is what's wrong is wrong, and this is fucking wrong. This is fucked up. There's nothing you could. Who do you think you are as well, being able to say to the police, "Oh, I was doing you all a favour." Like, that is not for you to decide.
Yeah, that's not up to you.
You're not allowed to take this many
Has
lives
anyone
and
asked you to
say
do
that-
it? No, they haven't. Fuck off.
Yeah, and the fact that it's clearly you can't think that we were doing us that much of a favour if they were providing you with something that you wanted just before you literally ended their life and then disregarded
You
them.
just
like
you just saw
nobody's
them as
business.
disposable. That was it.
That's literally it. You did it for you.
Yeah.
You did it because you're a sick fuck.
And
That's
also,
it. Just own
not
it.
all of these women were sex workers.
No.
Some of them just vulnerable.
Yeah.
So don't fucking lie.
Yeah.
Should we do the victims?
Yeah.
Should we do one each? Let's do it. Okay. Wendy Lee Cofield, 16, disappeared July 18th, 1982. Body found July 15th, 1982. 2 is Giselle Ann Lavaughn, 17, disappeared July 17th, 1982. Body found September 25th, 1982. Deborah Lynn Bonner, 23, disappeared July 25th, 1982. Body found August 12th, 1982. Marsha Faye Chapman, 31, August 1st is when she disappeared, and she was found on August 12th. Cynthia Jean Hines, 17, disappeared August 11th, found on August 15th. Opal Charmaine Mills, 16, disappeared August 12th, found August 15th. Terry Renee Milligan, 16, disappeared August 29th, found April 1st. Mary Bridget Meehan, 18, disappeared September 15th, 1982, and then found November 13th, 1983. Deborah Lorraine Estes, 15, disappeared September 20th, 1982, found May 30th, 1988.
Boy.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Linda Jane Rule, 16, disappeared September 26th, 1982, found 31st of Jan, 1983.
Denise Dassel Bush, age 23, disappeared on October the 8th, 1982, found June 12th, 1985. Shonda Leah Summers, 16, disappeared on October the 9th, 1982, found on August the 11th, 1983. Shirley Marie Sherrill, age 18, disappeared on October the 20th to the 22nd, 1982, and was found on June the 14th, 1985. Laurie Ann Raspotnik, 15 years old, disappeared on the 26th of November 1982 and was found in December 1985. Rebecca Marrero, 20 years old, disappeared on the 3rd of December 1982 and was found on December the 21st, 2010. Colleen Renee Brockman was 15 years old. She disappeared on the 24th of December. That's horrifying.
Yeah.
1982. And her body was found on May the 26th, 1984. Sandra Denise Major, 20 years old, disappeared on December the 24th, 1982.
God,
Again,
same day.
yeah, and was found December the 30th, 1985. Wendy Marie Stevens, 14 years old, disappeared in March 1983, and her body was found on March 21st, 1984. Alma Ann Smith, 18 years old, disappeared March 3rd, 1983, and was found 2nd of April, 1984. Dolores Laverne Williams, 17 years old, disappeared from March the 8th to the 14th, 1983, and was found on March the 31st, 1984.
Gail Lynn Matthews, 23, disappeared April 10th, 1983, found September 18th, 1983. Andrea Marianne Childers, 19, disappeared April 14th, 1983, found October 11th, 1989. Sandra K. Garbett, 17, disappeared April 17th, 1983, found April 1st, 1984. Kimmy K. Ricks Pitzel, 16, disappeared April 17th, 1983, found December 15th, 1983. Mary Jane Malva, 18, disappeared April 30th, 1983, found September 26th, 2003. Carol Ann Christensen, 21, disappeared May 3rd, 1983, found May 8th, 1983. Martina Teresa Othorley, 18, disappeared May 22nd, 1983, found November 14th, 1984. Cheryl Lee Wilms, 18, disappeared May 23rd, 1983, found March 22nd, 1984. Yvonne Antosh, 19, disappeared May 31st, 1983, found October 15th, 1983. Carrie Ann Royce, 15, disappeared between May 31st and June 13th, 1983, found March 10th, 1985.
Constance Elizabeth Neon, 19 years old, disappeared on June the 8th, 1983, and was found October the 27th, 1983. Tammy Charlene Lyles, she was 16, disappeared on June the 9th, 1983, and found April 23rd, 1985. Kelly Marie Ware, 22, disappeared on July the 18th, 1983, and was found 29th of October, 1983. Tina Marie Thompson, 21, disappeared July the 25th, 1983, found April 20th, 1984. April Dawn Buttram, 16, disappeared August the 18th, 1983, found August 30th, 2003. Debbie May Abernathy, 26, disappeared September the 5th, 1983, found March 31st, 1984. Tracy Ann Winston, 19, disappeared September the 12th, 1983, found March 27th, 1986. Maureen Sue Feeney, age 19, disappeared on the 28th of September 1983 and found on the 2nd of May 1986. Mary Sue Bello, 25. This is so many, isn't it? It's absolutely wild.
To be honest, that the act of reading them out just really makes it sink in.
Yeah.
This is how many he's been. This is how many he's been like
confirmed,
literally confirmed.
found. Yeah,
like
it's so
this isn't
bad.
how many he killed.
Yeah. Mary Sue Bello, 25, disappeared on October the 11th, 1983. Was found on October the 12th, 1984. Pammy Annette Events, 15 years old, disappeared on October the 26th, 1983, and found on August 16th, 2003.
Denise Louise Cager, 22, disappeared October 30th, 1983, found February 14th, 1984. Kimberly Nelson, 21, disappeared November 1st, 1983, found June 14th, 1986. Lisa Lorraine Yates, 19, disappeared December 23rd, 1983, found March 13th, 1984. Mary Izetta West, 16, disappeared February 6th, 1984, found September 8th, 1985. Cindy Ann Smith, 17, disappeared March 21st, 1984, found June 27, 1987. Patricia Michelle Bakzak, 19, disappeared October 17th, 1986, found February 1st, 1993. Roberta Joseph Hayes, 21, disappeared February 7th, 1987, found September 11th, 1991. Marta Reeves, 36, disappeared March 5th, 1990. body found September 20th, 1990. Patricia Ann Yellowrobe, 38, disappeared January 1998, found August 6th, 1998. That is just the confirmed.
Yeah.
There are numerous more that he's suspected of, and some, as I said earlier, that still haven't been identified. There was even lists of the ones that they think are connected to him.
Yeah, that they haven't even proved.
Yeah, it is the most surreal thing.
Yeah, and reading them out is just so horrifying to think, especially because I bet he did not know a single one of their names.
No. I was like, umming and ahhing about doing it because I was like, oh, it's going to take an awful long time and maybe people don't want to listen to that. And then I thought, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
I was like, every single one of them deserve their names to be said.
Yeah, for sure.
If we're going to tell the story, then that's the fucking story, isn't it? Is that how long did that just take us to read? And he took the lives of all of those
on
women.
the same day.
Yeah, some of their disappearances.
And
are the same
he
day.
wouldn't have bothered to know their names, their
or
age.
within days. Look at this one: October 11th, October 26th, October 30th, November 1st, all in the same year.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It absolute madness. Like, just an evil prick.
Yeah, really bad. But yeah, I think that's really important to just read out everyone's.
Well, we can't tell you much about them.
No.
There isn't a lot out there about them. And I fear that we get to a point where when we talk about him, we don't say their names because it's so hard to tell the story, to chronologically go through and tell when every single one of them was taken, and you don't even know what it was like in the last moments because there's too much to report. I even looked for his statement. I looked for his given statement when he was arrested, and I couldn't find it. So if anybody knows where that is, because I was like, I'm so interested to see.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to go into detail on the pod about every murder that he's committed, but I'm so interested to see if he could give it.
Yeah. Yeah. If he remembers specific things, if he knows anything about any of them, because the likelihood is he just saw someone, picked them up, got them to do whatever he wanted, and then took their lives. And I bet he does not know a single one of those people's names and probably just blurs a lot of it into just whatever he felt like. Yeah.
Madness.
So messed up. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep,
that's a bleak note to leave you on. I knew this was not going to be I knew this wasn't going to be a fun big times. Especially, I knew the end was going to be bad because that's not an easy thing to listen to.
I was literally, we were halfway through, and I was just like, fucking holy shit. It actually really puts it into perspective because you can say a number, but until you read that out, and it's like the time frame and the different ages and just
when they were found,
and how long they were left, like it just it's so sad.
Yeah.
Real shame.
Okay, that's us for this week. Thank you for listening again. You know the usual. Subscribe, follow where you can.
Yeah.
Tell your friends about us if you think they want to listen.
Send it about, repost, download, rate.
Follow on Instagram and TikTok at
Kill the Mood Pod.
And email us at
killthemoodpodcast@gmail.com.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for listening.
Have a look out for some of our stickers as well. We've made some little QR code stickers. Amy's done a great job.
Promote.
So they're just around with our little Kill the Mood.
Yeah, we're going to try and get them everywhere.
One of Amy's friends asked us for socks today with our logo on.
I know, I'd love to do some funky little merch. But you have to get us famous for that.
Yeah.
So work hard and we will provide.
You work hard and we'll do the rest.
You do the legwork and we'll give you some socks.
Okay, thank you. Stay spooky.
Bye.